The internet. What a place to be. So informative, so reliable, provides nothing but the truth. Okay, hold up. Not that last part, though. The internet can be informative, and it is the place where people get most of their news nowadays, but can also be a place where people hide behind a screen or a mask and spread dis and misinformation. And this is definitely true with the infamous conspiracy theories. According to dictionary.com, a conspiracy theory is a theory that rejects the standard explanation for an event and instead credits a covert group or organization with carrying out a secret plot. Lizard people, Paul McCartney imposter, SpongeBob characters based on the 7 deadly sins. We can call these subjectively quote-unquote harmless conspiracy theories. But then we get into others that get so out of hand it leads to serious consequences. Pizzagate, election fraud, even one now with the new conspiracy that Nancy Pelosi's husband's injuries was from fighting a male prostitute and not a malicious attack. Now that you know what conspiracy theories are, it's time for a deep dive analysis of one while explaining how we can combat this type of disinformation. So let's first go way back to 2020, where the Wayfair conspiracy theory was born. Wayfair is an American and e-commerce company that specializes in home furniture and goods. Wayfair is also a company that had its name attached to child sex trafficking.
Due to the ever-growing presence of Twitter and its influence on public opinion, the Wayfair theory grew like wildfire. It started with a woman named Polly, who posted about furniture with girls' names. She was researched sex trafficking and found her way onto Wayfair with these extremely high-priced sets of furniture. The thing that caught her eyes were these furniture sets had names that seemed to coincide with missing children. She was a huge consumer of QAnon and their beliefs that there is a cult of satanic sex trafficking and a ring operating on a global scale. This wasn't their first conspiracy theory. QAnon was directly linked to Pizzagate, another conspiracy theory that revolved around U.S. restaurants trafficking kids and hiding the transactions in food orders. As Polly delved deeper into Wayfair, she garnered more support from people like Zari McFadden, who came across tweets specifically about a black girl named Samara Duplessis, which is one of the names attached to a $10,000 cabinet. Her tweet gained 10,000 retweets, but as time went on, it got up to 64,000 impressions. This whole conspiracy theory was debunked as false and labeled a hoax. The missing persons report on Miss Duplessis wasn't taken down after she was found because she ran away from home. Wayfair issued a brief statement denying the claims, partly saying the expensive cabinets in question were industrial grade and priced accurately. And many stores such as IKEA stated that human names were given to furniture sets to add a personal touch.
So why do we believe in conspiracies? What is so alluring about them? According to Karen Douglas during a podcast with Kim Mills, we believe in conspiracies to satisfy 3 important psychological motives: epistemic, existential, and social. People crave information, especially when a major event happens, and we desire a sense of control. If we feel powerless, turning to conspiracy theories might explain why we identify as such, which satisfies our craving for information. Also, these theories give people a sense of uniqueness, as having information others may not have allows them to stand out in the crowd, satisfying their social motive.
So how do we keep ourselves from falling for conspiracies and worse, spreading them? Well, with some good old sifting. The SIFT method is a series of actions one can take in order to determine the validity and reliability of claims and sources on the web. First, we stop. The way for conspiracy stems from the 4 challenges in a digital democracy. There is an obvious information overload with the amount of people spreading the theory and the easy access we have to info thanks to social media. It also definitely blurred the lines. Is seeing really believing? You get presented with raw information that has yet to be examined or verified. So we stop and we question the information. And then we investigate the source. Who is this user tweeting? Who else has tweeted about this? What accounts do they follow to give us a sense of what info they consume and project? See what the company and Talks is saying about this allegation. Type in the names of said missing people and see what comes up. Then, we find better coverage. The news doesn't stop at the tweet. Just like the speed of viral tweets, journalists work around the clock, so something gaining traction will catch their attention, they will report on it. Do not stop at 1 article or 2 or 6. Keep researching. Through this, you can find fact-checking websites such as PolitiFact, whose sole duty is to fact-check information. Lastly, trace all the information you found back to the original context. Through the SIFT method, you implement the seed technique, because when you come across striking information, you first have to check in how it makes you feel in that instant. This theory falls right smack on simplification. We have to watch out for the leaps of logic, using minor connections or coincidences, such as names on furniture plus high prices equals sex trafficking, to prove a point. There were incomplete facts: the missing persons report, the reasons behind the names attached to furniture, the function of selling furniture on the Wayfair website. This theory was a perfectly wrapped Amazon package, waiting on the doorstep for consumer media, with nothing inside to show for but dangerous outcomes.
And what I hope you'll find as we move forward is that while getting to absolute certainty is a never-ending task, getting confident enough to make the sort of decisions that you need to make is completely within your grasp and a skill that you can learn in a very short amount of time.